The couple cherished their decision to adopt an older dog, fully cognizant of the accompanying risks. These dogs had all experienced previous lives with different owners, which meant they carried their own distinctive histories and emotional burdens. Regrettably, one man discovered this firsthand when his adopted dog arrived with worrisome habits, disrupting his peaceful nights and making sleep a challenging endeavor. Ali wanted to adopt a dog rather than go out and buy one. He knew how much more it meant to the dog if he did. He took in Caesar, who used to be his father's dog and seemed like the perfect furry companion. With a heart full of love and loyalty, Ali thought he had found the perfect dog in Caesar. However, once at home, Caesar revealed a different side. Initially, he seemed to fit seamlessly into the family, leaving his past behind. But soon, Caesar began engaging in a worrisome behavior that made Ali fear for his safety. Like clockwork, every morning when Ali prepared for work, Caesar would slip out through the front door, escaping into the neighborhood. Ali had no choice but to leave for work, unable to chase after him. This constant worry consumed Ali's thoughts at work, leaving him unable to concentrate. When Caesar would wait at the front door upon Ali's return, Ali wondered where he had spent his days. The day Ali discovered Caesar's daytime excursions, his heart shattered. He couldn't help but feel a sense of betrayal as Caesar continuously seized every opportunity to escape. Did Caesar not feel a connection with him? His father had never mentioned this problem. He was sure it had only appeared once he adopted Caesar. Maybe he had too much energy and needed to be walked more. Ali promised himself that he would be a better owner to Caesar. He walked him way more regularly and even played fetch with him in the park. Even when he hurt himself at the park, Ali nursed him back to health. Maybe it was more of a trust issue than anything else? He just hoped that he would trust him enough not to have to wander off. A few weeks passed with the same result. Each day he would wander off somewhere, and Ali just hoped he would adjust and calm down. But maybe he needed to be treated for this. But if Ali wanted to treat his dog's problem, he would have to figure out where he wandered off to every day. He'd have to go after him. Ali lived in northwestern Turkey in a busy town called Bursa. It was a close community, so he knew everyone and everyone knew him. Thankfully, the community was there to support Ali with his recent problems. But it seemed there were others that weren't so interested in his well-being. Animal control came around twice to check on Caesar. Apparently, someone had called complaining about the way he had treated his dog. But Ali would never mistreat his companion. Ali explained to animal control, but they had something of their own to tell him that would have his stomach twisting into a knot. Animal control cautioned him that dogs usually run away due to frustration and fear. They were suspecting him of mistreating poor Caesar, but he absolutely wasn't, and he never would. He knew that there was another explanation for this. Frustrated, he hung up and called work to let them know he wouldn't be working tomorrow. Instead, he was going to find out exactly what Caesar got up to. Ali would take the day off of work to figure out where his furry friend was going each morning. He pretended to get ready for work, and like every other day, Caesar ran out the door. This time, Ali was ready and followed him down a path he clearly was familiar with. When Ali finally realized where his dog had gone every day for the past few weeks, he would feel his heart shatter into 100 pieces. Ali kept his distance so that his companion wouldn't realize he was there. He wanted Caesar to act exactly how he had every day for the past few weeks. He would soon find out more about his mysterious ventures. Caesar walked for 5 blocks, turning left, then right, and left again until Ali realized something very sad. He knew exactly where his dog was going every day. Ali had followed Caesar to the cemetery and watched him stop at one particular grave. Ali couldn't believe it. The faithful companion truly was loyal and loving. He had walked all the way to his previous owner every day. He would sit in front of the grave of 79-year-old Mehmet Elhan. The two had a bond that Alan could never understand. Mehmet sadly passed away a few weeks later, and when his coffin was brought home to prepare for the funeral, Caesar wouldn't leave his owner's side. When a procession formed to carry the coffin to a local mosque, the dog refused to move away. Caesar insisted on leading the procession, and the other guests followed, but they were yet to learn the extent of his grief. During the funeral, Caesar sat at the foot of the coffin. He had his head hanging sadly as if he was mourning. "This is how Caesar remained the entire time. Nobody could touch him until my father was taken to the grave and was buried," said Ali. Caesar watched his owner being laid to rest, but sadly, it gave him no closure, and his behavior continued to change. Although dogs don't cry as humans do, they do show real grief. When dogs are sad, instead of shedding tears, they'll show their sadness by whining, folding their ears back, crouching, or refusing to make eye contact. They'll also look like they lack confidence. And if a dog is whining, he's telling you that he feels unsafe and is looking to you for assurance. Caesar was displaying most of the above behaviors. It was obvious he was in mourning. Even though the little dog now lived at home with Ali, Mehmet's son, he was still pining for Mehmet. Every day since the funeral, Caesar escaped and ran through town to the burial site to sit with his old friend. But it wasn't until Ali followed him that he realized what the loyal little dog was doing every day. The people who work in the cemetery say the first thing he does in the morning is visit the grave of my father, said Ali. On this day, Ali and Caesar sat side by side and paid their respects together. But Ali had no idea that he was just touching the surface of the grief Caesar felt. His heart broke once more when he saw what lay on the ground. Ali even saw the paw prints that Caesar had left on the grave on previous occasions, which only confirmed the pup's loyalty. Ali is not sure how long Caesar's daily visits to the cemetery will continue, or if he will ever really recover from the loss of his beloved master. One thing is certain, however. Ali had to do something. Ali knew that Caesar was a noble, loyal dog and had also been a loving companion during the last years of his father's life. In return, Ali promised that the little dog won't have to face the future on his own. Caesar has always been a noble animal, said Ali. He will live with me from now on, but how would Ali ease his pain? Ali was fulfilling his promise of staying with Caesar and giving him all the attention and love that he needed, but it still wasn't enough. Caesar continued to display signs of sadness and visit the grave every day. When Ali noticed his appetite was fading, he got worried and rushed to the vet to seek help. When Ali brought Caesar to the vet, word of his heartbreaking tale had already swept their local newspapers. The vets recognized them and rushed over to Ali and Caesar, giving them both their condolences. Ali told the vet that he hadn't been eating well and was worried he might starve himself into oblivion. The vet assured him that although he's experiencing emotional trauma, dog survival instincts are far too strong to willingly starve themselves to death. But they did have a suggestion. They told Ali that Caesar might need more than a human friend to get him through this. They asked Ali to consider getting a companion for Caesar. The idea never popped into Ali's mind. But now, it made sense. He wanted Caesar to be the playful pup he once was, and how better to do that than to get another dog that he could play around with. But things didn't work out exactly as planned. Ali went back home with Caesar and was met by his friends already making themselves at home in his backyard. He had arranged a BBQ the week before and told them he'd be running late. He told his friends that he needed to get Caesar a companion, but that he realized his house didn't have enough space for 2 dogs. That's when one of his friends offered him a strange solution. His friend had rescued a stray cat a couple of weeks ago and was planning to hand it in to the shelter. He suddenly wondered if Ali should just take her instead. She was a gray and black striped beautiful cat who was calm and lively at the same time. He had grown fond of the cat and wanted to give it to someone who he knew would take good care of it. Ali didn't need much convincing. A cat was the perfect addition to his little furry family. The cat, Toby, was slowly introduced to Caesar, who took an immediate shining to her. Toby, on the other hand, was a bit more cautious. However, it didn't take long before she began to feel more comfortable and her playful side took over. She pounced on Caesar and had an obsession with catching his tail and nibbling at his ear. An action that would always leave Caesar swinging his head, trying to playfully get her to stop. Slowly but surely, Caesar began to lie up again. He stopped crouching and whining and slowly began to get his appetite back. Meanwhile, something much, much bigger was happening. Caesar's heartbreaking tale of loss and hardship was going viral across the world. Caesar became widely known as the latest heartbroken dog, who also reminded the world of Greyfriars Bobby. Greyfriars Bobby was a Skye Terrier from Scotland who was well known for guarding the grave of his owner for an insane 14 years. They even created a statue after him. The statue of the 19th century pup who passed away in 1872 is located in Edinburgh in Scotland. Even today, Caesar remains beloved by the locals and his heartwarming tale is widely recognized in the community. This story of devotion and resilience has inspired numerous films and books, and it seems that Caesar is poised to continue leaving a lasting impact. Whenever Ali and Caesar venture out together, They are frequently stopped by people who inquire about Caesar's well-being. Initially finding it peculiar, Ali eventually embraced the care and attention Caesar received, feeling that his father's spirit lived on through him. When they appeared on talk shows to share their story, people were captivated. Many would bring their own dogs to play with Caesar, lifting his spirits. However, there was one question on everyone's mind. Did Ali still visit the grave? His response remained steadfast. Despite his visibly improved demeanor, there is one thing he has never forgotten: his old master Mehmet. Caesar continued his routine of walking to the graveyard and sitting by Mehmet's resting place, now often accompanied by Ali and their feline companion, Toby. Reflecting on the past, Caesar's grief also helped Ali navigate his own feelings of loss and sorrow. Thanks to Caesar, Ali never felt alone in his mourning, and together they found solace one day at a time.